Hello, Pisces. So, like, throughout almost all of my previous readings, I was pretty, feeling a little bit cold. So, I went and got myself some soup, some tea, and I got a jacket on. So, hopefully that will help the energy a bit, right? It's really bland soup too, and so I like spiced it up with allspice and vegetables and put some couscous in there and pepper. Turned out well. It's pretty good. And I'm feeling better now too. I also found my other deck. I was looking for this to use for other people, but I couldn't find it, and I found it. So yeah, now I'm all set, which is kind of ironic seeing as you guys are the last to be read for, right? I finally get myself all situated when it's like the last group of readings. Alright, so Pisces tarot reading for September 2017. Please give all of the energies and advice for the entirety of 2017 September. Pisces people. What do Pisces need to know in September 2017? The entirety of September 2017. What do Pisces need to know? I just got that one too. Goodness. Alright. Doesn't feel like these. And then this one. And then that one. Those two. That. I guess those two. And that. And one more for the outcome. Alright. Settle your happy butts down. My goodness. We'll figure that out when we get to it, right? Anyway. Energies and advice for Pisces 2017. A bunch wanted to come out, and so they came out. That one just like jumped into my hand. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck we have the Hanged Man, which is sacrifice and taking time out to see other people's perspective. And that is the overall energy for the spread. Feeling sniffly and coldy. Which is odd because like one of my favorite tarot readers is a Pisces and she gets sniffles. It didn't happen for any of the other signs, and it's just like this one only. Oh, I got sniffles now. Alright, there's the Seven of Wands again. Oh my god, it is in every single reading, I swear. Alright, so we got the, in the past, we have the Seven of Wands here. Although it is reversed, and I don't think I remember seeing it reversed. So, the Seven of Wands is all about you had a victory and you are now on top of your hillside and you have to defend your place as, you know, the victor. So you're defending your beliefs. And usually this is like an ego thing, or your beliefs are very ego-based, because this is a wands thing. It's not based in like swords where it's truth. It's wands where it's like ego and passion and belief, spiritual. And so with this being reversed, it's like you aren't being able to defend your beliefs, or you're just not, you know, into all that drama and, you know, being egotistical enough to, like, you know, enforce your beliefs on other people, or trying to keep that stance. With the current situation, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands crossing. There's the Knight of Wands. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then, like, there. That's the Four of Pentacles on this deck. But he's reversed. So Four of Pentacles reversed is someone who, if you look at this dude, he's like, when it's upright, he's got, like, his coin on top of his head, he's got this coin tucked under here, and then he's also like standing on these two coins down here under his feet. He is, he's got it all on lockdown. Like his thoughts, his heart, his will, and his financial stability. He's got everything on lockdown. He's budgeting everything, and he's very much like, aware of what goes in and out, and he's keeping what he needs to keep. Now when it's reversed, you can either be too much like that, you're being too controlling of what you let go in and out, you might be stingy, you might not be very giving right now, you might be blocked off, although my throat's closing up, so I don't think that's what it is. It's more like you're just, it's either you're extremely budgeting, or you are being giving, and you're overly giving, and you are spending too much of yourself. It's either of yourself spiritually, physically, or financially. You are spending too much of yourself. And what is crossing you right now is, as a challenge, is this Knight of Wands energy. This could be another person, or it could be you and your energy. I swear. But it might be that you're having problems being motivated. You are finding it hard to find that passion, that fire. Maybe you have had your spark gone out. Maybe you just, you know, you're just not feeling very motivated to, you know, put yourself out there and have to defend your beliefs or whatever. You don't really feel that fire and spark and passion to engage in drama, or engage in defending yourself, or engage in, you know, putting energy forth into whatever projects you're doing right now. You also might be having problems taking action, just in whatever thing that you're like involved in right now. It's just like the action orientation. It's not, you might be giving of yourself financially, financially, physically, and spiritually, or maybe just financially and spiritually, but you aren't taking action in the way that you want to, and maybe that's why this is a challenge. And then being a person, the person that would be challenging you right now is a Knight of Wands type person who is very passionate, very fiery, very idealistic and creative, just like a burst of energy into your life. And then, but just as soon as they're in your life, they're gone the next minute. It's a very unstable energy. If you look, this guy is all about like, boom, I'm here. But then it's just like, boom, I'm gone the next minute. It can be like a one night stand energy, that kind of, I'm here, you know, and then I'm gone the next day. That kind of energy where it's just like, very unstable, not very grounded in anything. It's just fire and passion and gone. And then at the foundation of your situation is the Four of Cups reversed. The Four of Cups reversed can talk about a regret for a missed opportunity. The Four of Cups upright, when it's upright, this energy might have pervaded in the past, but it is about being content with 3 cups when out of the blue somebody is offering you a 4th cup. And it's an offering of emotions like friendship or a new relationship, or it may be an opportunity that just passed you by, or that didn't amount to a whole lot. Maybe at the time you looked at this opportunity and thought that, you know, the cup that they were offering you had like, I don't know, a bug or a hair inside of it, and you didn't really want that. It wasn't suited for you, and it didn't like go very much with your sense of self-worth. So maybe that's why you turned it down. And now you're kind of like more open to it and regretting having been so stubborn and picky about it. I mean, if something did have a bug in it, if like, you know, if that offer really was not up to your standards and didn't speak to your self-worth or your higher self very well, then I don't blame you for turning it down. But now, for some reason, you're feeling more open to opportunities and regretful of turning down something before. At the top of your thoughts is a person or an energy of intuition. This is the High Priestess, and it's a major arcana card. And it speaks about the deep inner truths, the deep knowing that people have. Like, everybody has this. Everybody has intuition and a deep inner knowing that speaks to them and says, hey, you know, so that still small voice in the back of, you know, your everything that kind of talks to you and says, hey, why don't you do this or this? Like, don't forget your keys, or why don't you take a donut to work today to give to one of your coworkers? And then you find out that your coworker is like having a really bad day, and that donut, like, you know, lifts their spirits up. That kind of, you know, intuition that just talks to you. And so with this in the reversal, you might be feeling either that it is a person in the upright who is affecting you right now, or it could be that you are not trusting your intuition and you're having trouble finding that, which is odd for Pisces, because Pisces is one of the most psychic and intuitive signs there are. You guys are incredibly in tune with that spirituality and that side of life. And then in your future, you have the Star card, Major Arcana Star card. I love this deck. This deck is so pretty. Tarot Mucha. But the Star card talks about making a wish and destiny and divine planning and divine purpose. It's following your star, following your truth. And it can also be an Aquarius person who might be affecting you. Or it could be that you are following your life path destiny. You are following your truth. You are following a wish, and you're believing and wishing on a star from your ultimate truth. I found out something about my energy lines, and I've been saying this in all of the readings, but this one can be you, or this one can be you, and alternatively, this one can be the other person, and this one can be the other person. But either which way it is, listen for what resonates with you, and that's how it is. But yeah, they are both supposed to indicate either an energy or a person in your life. And I got a bunch of cards on this side, so this can be like a bunch of people that are affecting maybe this energy line. So perhaps this is you, and this is all kinds of energy that is just like affecting you. So we'll see. Alright, so the first position we have is the Ten of Cups and the Six of Wands. The Ten of Cups talks about the pinnacle of a relationship. For you Pisces, cups can also indicate career and finances, just the same as for earth signs, pentacles can also indicate not only finances and career, but also relationships. So like, this is relationships for you, and it can also be careers. So what we have here is the pinnacle of a relationship or a career. There's like unicorns and butterflies dancing all over the place. Or it could be the end, because my like throat just like closed up a little bit there. And whenever that happens for me, it's usually because I'm not supposed to say that, or that part isn't right. So I'm thinking it's more along the lines of an ending. It's the ending of something, a relationship or a career that has happened. And you're moving forward through another phase. It doesn't usually have to be an ending, though, for the tens. It can be just the progression to another phase. But it seems like it's an ending since my throat did, close up a bit. And then with the Six of Wands here, we have a victory. Somebody is being recognized for the things that they did. It doesn't have to be positive, but it can also be negative, like gossiping and somebody getting recognized for something bad that they did. But it's just recognition for work done, work put in. And it can be victory, or it can just be, that negativity. But either way, somebody did something and they're getting recognized for it with this end of a relationship or a end of career. And the next position is the environment card. This is the environment around this person, or this is how somebody sees them. And we have the royal couple of the swords aspect, the king and the queen of swords, which is interesting, very, very interesting. So the swords energy is about truth and communication and thought, and it's an air quality, very clear, very cutting, very truthful, very solid, very all of those aspects. With the swords king and queen, these both are people who are very truthful and analytical and balanced and in control of their mental capacities, in control of their speech, and know their truth, believe what they believe, and they're very analytical and logical about it. In the upright position, that's what these two indicate. They don't care much for people's emotions. They don't care much for how people feel. They just want the truth spoken, because truth sets people free. Truth is fact, and knowing the truth and being guided by the truth, these guys feel that they are, living to their highest good, living their ultimate truth, which is like Aquarius, which is like the star. living your ultimate truth, your soul truth. And so they can be sharp and cutting to people who are sensitive and emotional, but they don't mean to be. They don't mean to be harsh, critical, and cutting. It's just that they feel that the truth is the most important factor of life, like the ultimate truth of a situation or a person or any of that is the most important thing to life. And moving through it, regardless of emotion, is the best thing to do. So they don't really care how people feel about the truth. They just say the truth. All right. So we got this jumble of cards, right? I think this one was the one in the emotions, hopes, and fears. And it's the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And this is a woman who, upright, she has a lot of abundance around her. She is walking through her garden of grapes, and she has pentacles all around her, and that is her money and her finances, and she's very stable, and she's very independent, and she has a pet falcon or hawk or whatever you think that is. I don't know. I think it's a falcon. It's a little small to be like an eagle or a hawk. But, yeah, so she's walking through her abundance, and she's like a baroness who has this like little manor in the background. And she's very happy being on her own and doesn't care much to have anybody else in her life. But, you know, she's fine and she's happy. But when it's reversed, it can be like you have this energy of, I don't need anybody in my life, I'm closing off everything, and to heck with anybody. Or alternatively, since it is a reversal, it can be like, it has two sides to it. So it can be like you're more open and you want someone in your life and you want someone to share your abundance with. You're more open and willing to seek somebody out. So, with like all of these cards, like these two came out as a crossing to these cards. Actually, these two came out sideways like this as a crossing to these two upright cards. So we'll figure out what this is going on. On the top of this, wow, how did that happen? Interesting. The royal couple for wands. All right, so we have the royal couple for wands, and like the swords, these guys have their own aspect, and that is fire. And these guys are all about physical action and passion and creativity. A little bit about spirituality and beliefs. And so, in this aspect, they are all about action and doing. Maybe. Action and doing and following their passions and, you know, what's up, Hannah? She's circling me. Those guys are all about action and doing and taking command and leadership and organization. It's, whenever it's in the king aspect or the queen aspect, it's a very focused energy. It's very much in control. When it's a younger card, like a page or a knight, it's not so much focused and steady. So like these guys, whenever it's a king or queen aspect in the fire element, it's like their passions come out very controlled and methodical. It's not spontaneous at all. It's thought out, and it flows slowly, but it still burns just as hot. It's like molten lava. The action is very thought out and methodical. It's very organized and controlled, and it's like when it's the King of Wands, this person, if they see somebody or something they want, they will very passionately and methodically pursue that person or that thing. And the very intense and just fiery and incredibly sexy. Yeah. But yeah, so that is the king and queen aspect of the Wands energy. That is so interesting that it came out like that. And then underneath them as a challenge, so this might be like a secret challenge for these people, is the Empress and the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles can talk about spiritual, seeking spiritual guidance, feeling destitute in either one of the aspects of Earth, which is spirituality, finances, or health. So these people might feel destitute or in search of help for one of those aspects. With the Empress here, this might be, I got a little bit of a heart twinge right there, like my heart clenched up. Perhaps a pregnancy that is challenging at the moment, not being supported financially, spiritually, or health-wise. And maybe somebody's trying to keep it secret. And that's why it's a challenge hidden underneath these two people. It's not being supported. They have a pregnancy involved that is not being supported financially, spiritually, or health-wise. Or it can be a mother figure who is also not supported spiritually, health-wise, or financially. Perhaps that is the thing that is here. This person here, this independent person who they're hoping for or fearing is a person who is perhaps an Aries who is not financially, spiritually, or physically supported in some way. Empress and Emperor are both aspects of the Aries sign. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, so on maybe your side, we have the Six of Cups reversed. The Six of Cups upright talks about wearing rose-colored glasses to see the past, or it can be a past person coming back into your life. So when it's reversed, it's like you can see the past for what it was. You see the past for the reality of it. You see both the good and the bad aspects of the past. You aren't trying to romanticize it in any way, shape, or form. You know exactly what went on, and you have no, illusions about it. Or, since it's reversal, it can be like, it can go one way or the other. It's like you are deluding yourself. You are wearing those rose-colored glasses, but then you've got like a double shaded tint on them, or something like that. And maybe you're like drinking strawberry champagne along with it or something like that. I don't know. But so yeah, it can also be children. If you look on here, there are these two children in this scene, and they're watching this man placing cups everywhere. But it can be children that are affecting you negatively, or people who are acting immaturely who are affecting you negatively. And so for your environment, it's either your environment or how people are seeing you. I got that heart thing again. Are you guys like going through a heartache? Because, yeah, I felt it clench. I like found out that muscle rub actually helps with heartache. If you're like going through a heartache and you're totally annoyed with it and you want it to just like stop hurting you, like physically stop hurting you, you can use like muscle rub, vapor rub or something like that, and that will help, like, you know, ease those muscles and ease that ache. So yeah, try that out. But you know, if you just can't meditate and breathe it out and you're just annoyed with it and just want it to go away. So in the environment and how people see you, this feels more like the environment card, is the energy of the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Knight of Pentacles upright is someone who sits, like Hannah's doing right now. And they plan out what they want to do. And then they move forward with that plan very methodically and very slowly. And but this is like the only knight whose horse isn't charging forward. You see, he's kind of even looking backward at the past to see where he's been in order to plan to move forward. If you look at this knight, this guy is completely, totally like da 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 da, charging into battle, you know. Hannah. But when this knight is in the reversal, it can be like the energy is moving forward without a plan. Or alternatively, as a reversal, it can go in the other aspect where the energy feels stuck and they don't know where to go. Spiritually, financially, or yeah, health-wise. Very, very interesting. Baby girl. And your hopes, fears, and emotions actually is that heartache that I've been feeling throughout the reading. But you've got two cards here. You got the Tower reversed, and you've got the Three of Swords with that heartache. That is such a, you know, horrible picture. I felt that before. Oh my god, that is so horrible. And so we have the Tower also, which is an Aries card also. But it's reversed. And it is a God bringing down a foundation, or God bringing down a situation that is something that's built on lies, built on deception, not good for you. It doesn't mean that the entire situation has to come down. It means just that it's not healthy for you, and something comes from out of the outside and just blows it up. And it needs to happen. But when it's reversed, it's that it is happening very slowly, or you are resisting it happening. And this is the hopes, fears, and emotions. So it doesn't have to be truth, but it can just be a hope or a fear or an emotion, which are all illusions. And yeah. But you do have the Three of Swords in on this, and you are feeling heartache right now. Like a very long time ago, somebody completely like stabbed me in the heart with an ice pick. And I carried that ice pick around for at least a year. And I just dealt with it, you know, and because I didn't know anything about how to deal with it and how to get over it. but it felt like a real physical ice pick, even though it was like a spiritual, emotional thing. And that's exactly what this like looks like. Somebody like completely stabbed this person in the heart with all of these 3 swords. And so what I did after like a year of like just carrying around that pain, carrying around that heartache, I tried everything, you know. I tried all kinds of healing ways and like mental methods to mindfulness and breathing techniques and forgiving and letting go and releasing and doing all that kind of stuff. And then like after all of that, I found this one way to deal with it, and it was like visualization. And every time that I felt that heartache that I'm kind of feeling right now, that just ache and pinching, and but like this was like completely like a dagger, a cold glacial dagger stabbed through my heart. But whenever I felt that with like intensity, I would you know, just stop, close my eyes, and visualize myself like, you know, pulling this sliver of icicle out of my heart, and it would work. And so if you try that, you can kind of ease that pain a bit, because you don't want to walk around with that heartache going on. But yeah, I had to do it at least like 9-10 times before the pain truly like went away. And it wasn't like that piercing, stabbing pain anymore. But anyway, so yeah, try that. Vicks Vapor Rub and visualizing taking glacial needles out of your heart. That will help. But being these 2 cards in your hopes, fears, and emotions, it seems like something is coming down and it's hurting you a lot. It might be the end of a relationship. It might be following a path. It might be just a fear of something, like you had built a truth, or you had built a truth on and you thought was true, and something is tumbling down, or something might tumble down, and you just feel heartbroken over it because you thought it was true. The Tower doesn't always mean destruction either. The Tower can also mean love. If you've ever felt like electricity between 2 people, if you've ever felt electricity between 2 people whenever you look into their eyes, that can be that lightning bolt that strikes your tower of what you thought love was all about. Because like when that happens, like the truth of, you know, seeing into another person's soul and connecting with them is like shown to you, and you realize how deeply you can connect with someone, not just on surface levels like being a friend or compatibility and personalities, but totally like on very, very deep spiritual and emotional levels. And so that can tear down your belief system on what love is. And so that's like a tower situation. And with this tower reversed, maybe you're fearing that that was a lie. Maybe you're fearing that it wasn't true love. Maybe, or that somebody else doesn't feel that way. Or that love will never strike you again if you felt it once. Which is a lie, actually. Because, yeah, God would not do that to you in the first place unless there was some purpose to it, and unless He had something for you in the future. So yeah, please don't feel that heartache. You just have to have some faith and believe. Follow your truth. Follow that star and have that wish. You know? And then in your outcome is the 8 of Pentacles, which is discipline. It can be discipline and hard work spiritually. It can be discipline and hard work financially. It can be discipline and hard work health-wise. Maybe you have taken time out from doing the work in your life for a while because of this heartache, because of this tower situation, and you haven't been motivated to do a whole lot because the situation was draining you so much. And you want to get back into it, and so you're healing from it and going through a phase where you're going to get back to work physically, financially, and health, and spiritually. What a reading, my goodness. Alright, Pisces, let's see if we have any advice for you. My baby girl, Hannah. Advice, please, for Pisces for September 2017. The Wheel, Archangel Michael. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Good luck. Karmic cycles. Things coming back around to you. The Star. Happy times. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. Star is what we got before, too. One more, please. One more. And Balance. Temperance. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, wait for perfect timing, blending of two souls, two relationships, two people. It can also be spiritual healing, too. So let's see, we got Aquarius and Sagittarius there. So Pisces, that is your reading. The overall energy, once again, I wanted to say, is the Hanged Man, which is kind of feeling stuck too with that Knight of Pentacles sitting there. Kind of feeling stuck, taking time out, making a sacrifice to see another person's perspective. And that is the overall energy for this reading, which is very interesting. So, Pisces, that is your reading for September 2017. I hope this resonated with you. If it didn't, you can always look at your rising sign, your moon sign, or your Venus sign. And your rising sign is how people see you, or your ego. Your moon sign is your emotions and what's going on inside. And your Venus sign is your relationships or your money aspects. So yeah, look those up. And I wish you a great rest of September. And I'll talk to you later.